Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, happy Thursday. Aroosa Rauf, real estate broker with Remax Presidential. Live interview with the CEO of Florida Realtors, Margy Grant, in Orlando, Florida. Hey, at the 2019 Florida Realtors Convention, Trade, and Expo. If you're not here, get here. An amazing convention. So thank you so much, Margy, for being here. Margy is extremely busy. As you know, she's a CEO of Florida Realtors, 187,000 members. And she took out the time from her busy day with meetings and meeting people. So thank you so much, Margy, for your time. I really appreciate that. So if you have any questions, comment below. Hey, like this video, give me those hearts, share this video. So Margy, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. Who is Margy Grant, CEO of Florida Realtors? Who's Margy?
Sure. So I originally hail from New England. I was born and grew up there, went to school there, went to law school there, and had the incredible fortune to relocate to Florida 11 years ago with my husband and 3 children, and went to work for Florida Realtors and never looked back. It's been the biggest honor of my life.
Wow. So let me ask you, just to give you guys a little background of Margy, okay, because I think this is relevant and how this is important. So Margy Grant is Florida Realtors Chief Executive Officer, CEO, State Association's Chief Management Officer, and is responsible for administration of Florida Realtors programs, services, policies, as well as its financial condition. She's Certified Association Executive, also holds a Realtor Association Certified Executive designation. She is a member of the American Society of Association Executives. She earned her Juris Doctor degree cum laude at the Suffolk University School of Law in Boston, and her bachelor's degree in political science at the University of New Hampshire in Durham, New Hampshire. Margy is a member of the Florida Bar, Massachusetts Bar, and the California Bar, and she joined Florida Realtors in 2005. She's married with a set of twins, 3 children. Just to give you a little background about her. So, Margy, let me ask you, did you ever think when you were growing up or when you joined Florida Realtors that you wanted to be a CEO, that you wanted to be a leader, a CEO of such a large organization?
Sure thing. As a matter of fact, I joke with some of my extended family that I always envisioned myself as possibly a mayor of a small town.
Wow.
I always loved advocacy, and recently someone had asked me, what did you want to do when you grew up? I said, I always wanted to be the mayor. And someone looked at me and said, and now you are.
Wow.
So, overseeing Florida Realtors, it is like a small town. But what so many people don't realize is it's also a family.
Wow.
Is when you work in the Realtor organization, it is your family, and the commitment and the integrity of the people that make this organization great. For example, our 2019 leadership team, led by President Eric Sane, these are incredibly talented, committed people.
Definitely, for sure.
And it's been an honor to work with them and to see where they're bringing this organization. Just 10 minutes ago, we became the Guinness World of Record holder for the largest human key.
Wow! Congratulations. So what is that? So Guinness World Record?
So we had over 300 Realtor members get in the shape of a large human key. They took a picture from the top. We had a Guinness Book of World Records representative here with us. He certified us. We've got the certificate.
Wow.
So, look for social media. There'll be pictures. We wish we could have had all of you with us. The next time we do one of these things, come on down. But
Definitely.
It's the kind of celebration where people don't realize that realtors are the key to the community.
Definitely.
And in addition to that, this was also part of our 50th anniversary of the Realtor Political Action Committee.
Really?
Yeah.
It says over here that in 2019, Florida Realtors marks our 103rd year anniversary. We've been around for 103 years.
We absolutely have. We celebrated our 100th anniversary 3 years ago. There is a fantastic testament to our first 100 years housed at the Orlando office. If anyone wants to come and see it, we have an entire display that walks you through the entire 100 years, takes you through the technology, the policy, the politics, but most importantly, the achievements. Because the Realtor organization has always had the number one priority to be the voice for real estate here in Florida.
Wow. So let me ask you, 100 years, a century has gone by. I'm sure a lot has changed, right? Let's talk about some changes, right? When I got started, Margy, in the real estate business 20 years ago, we didn't have a cell phone. There was no online MLS. We had floppy disks, so we had to physically work out of the office. Now, social media and technology has enabled us with a lot of leverage and opportunities where real estate agents can work out of their house and search for properties on the MLS. So a lot of technology has changed, trends have changed over the last century. What changes have you seen that has helped us in the real estate business? What trends are you seeing, and
Sure.
What changes are you seeing in the real estate business?
So I have to tell you that I believe that technology has absolutely empowered the real estate agent. And if you look at the products, tools, and services that Florida Realtors provides to our members, it highlights it. We have a tech helpline that is open to every single member here in Florida. We can call with any technical question and they will help you. You also look at form simplicity. We've gone from having a paper form of library where we don't have paper forms anymore. You log in, you use form simplicity, and you have everything you need at your fingertips.
Huge. I agree with what Margy just said. I remember 15, 20 years ago, I would have to drive to Homestead because someone forgot to initial something on the contract and the lender needed it right away in order for us to close. And today, like with form simplicity, online signature, they get it on their cell phones with a click of a button. The consumers can sign that. And it also has an e-signature which certifies the date and time, and it's time stamped. So that's huge.
Absolutely. And in addition to that, the governor just signed legislation which now will permit online notary.
That's huge.
Which will allow real estate transactions to be closed online from other countries.
Wow.
And it's going to empower all of you to be able to put together a transaction much easier and make sure that you're able to make a living more efficiently and more effectively, and that's the advocacy component of Florida Realtors.
Wow, so that's huge. You guys heard that. So now online notaries. So you can do closings in state, out of country with online notaries. So that's huge. Thank you so much, Margy, for sharing that. So tell everyone, now that we learned a little bit about you, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a CEO, how do you manage life? How do you manage your role as a CEO? How do you keep your head straight?
Well, you remember that everyday happiness is a choice.
Yes.
And you remain always focused on being grateful.
Definitely.
I have a team behind me at Florida Realtors that makes us incredible. We have a senior management team that has a tenure that is uncomparable to most successful companies.
Wow.
And every single day I get to go to work and work with them.
Wow.
And I can't imagine what it would be like to get up every day and not want to go to work.
Wow.
I love what we do. I love the mission of the organization, and I love the commitment that realtors show every day.
Wow. You guys heard what she just said? It's not work for her. She loves what she does. She can't imagine not going to work one day. Let me ask you, that level of motivation and that level of commitment, not a lot of people have that, Margy, nowadays. What drives you? I mean, what motivates you?
The mission of Florida Realtors motivates me. One of the things I love saying, and I have a colleague who says it all the time, and that is that the realtors fight the good fight. When I watch people like Eric Sane and his predecessor Christine Hansen and Barry Grooms, who's coming up in 2020, and Cheryl Lambert after them, there is never a day that goes by that they are not invested and they are not ready to put themselves out there and go out and fight what's best for this industry.
Definitely.
And that is the best kind of motivation, because you realize that you represent the good ones.
The good ones. So you talked about Florida Realtors' mission. Can you share that with our friends watching? What is the Florida Realtors' mission?
So we are the voice for real estate in the state of Florida. We also have, core, values with the state of Florida. We look at our local associations as our strategic and essential partners. As a collective voice, we advocate on behalf of the profession. And we always just make sure that we are out there to provide products, tools, and services to make all of you successful.
Wow. So you talked about the mission of we're agent-centric, right? We're here for the members, So for someone who's watching who's a real estate agent, they're more used to or accustomed to, being part of the local association. how do the local associations have a relationship with Florida Realtors, and how does that work between Florida Realtors and local associations?
Oh, they are our essential partners because they become our absolute partners in terms of pushing out messages, information. I come from a risk management background in the legal field, and without my local association AEs and my local board presidents and my district vice presidents, my message doesn't get out.
I see.
So we make sure that they have all of the information that we can possibly get to them, and we let them disseminate it as well, because you are their first point of contact.
Yeah.
And so we need to make sure that we give them the tools and the resources to communicate with those members.
I see. So that's huge, how the relationship with the association and a real estate agent is so important. So let me ask you, as Florida Realtors, I can say, I mean, there's tons of benefits and services, but could you share with our viewers some of the member benefits and the
Sure.
member services that being a Florida Realtor that I get? What is that?
So the answer is they're innumerable, and I will share that. I would invite everybody to go visit the new Florida Realtors website.
Oh, I saw that. It's great.
And take a test drive. There, everything there is at your fingertips. But to name the most popular ones, you always think about the tech helpline, the legal hotline, the magazine. But what we don't always talk about, and it isn't as tangible always, is our advocacy component.
Huge.
We have an office in Tallahassee with the best and brightest lobbyists on our team. And they go to work every day to fight for private property rights and to make sure that you all can make a living in the best possible way. And they are relentless. And I've never been so proud to work with such a team. So I hope that anyone who's watching has the opportunity to take a look at our advocacy efforts, because we are an advocacy organization.
Huge. And go to floridarealtors.org. That's the website. And check out their new website. It's right on the top. Hey, click here for the new website. You'll find tons of value over there as well. Hi, Grace. Hi, Adam. Hi, Sean. Thank you guys so much. And hey, if you have any questions for the CEO of Florida Realtors, please comment below. We'll definitely get to it. So let me ask you, what's a typical day like? Not the convention, right? So let's say the convention's over with. What's a typical day for the CEO of Florida Realtors? What does that look like? How does your stay start? How does it end? What does it look like? See, she's blushing when I asked her this question.
Well, like any mother, my day starts with my children.
Love it.
And
okay.
so you're trying, first of all, you count and make sure you have all of them that you started with. And then, from there it just depends on what's going on that day. And I will tell you, I tend to defer to my team to tell me where my attention is going to be that day.
Okay.
We have a terrific dialogue internally to make sure that we're all on the same page with regard to calendar and who needs to be where. And there's usually a moment between, 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. where I connect with portions of my leadership. And we know that, what's on task today, what's coming up, what are we looking at, and has anything come up that, we need to know about. And you want to make sure that you are as transparent as possible.
Yes.
Because we are, what we always say at the staff at Florida Realtors and the management team is, more of us is better than one of us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you mentioned that we're transparent, and we talked about communication. So how important is it to have open communications and transparency amongst the people that we work with? I mean, after all, Margy, if we can't trust the people who we work with, then who are we supposed to trust?
No, absolutely. And that's why at Florida Realtors, we are completely transparent. We invite questions. We publish our budget. We publish all of the information that we're working on. We publish our advocacy components. So we invite, and anyone who ever has a question about Florida Realtors, we invite them to contact us.
Absolutely.
And what I always tell a lot of the callers who reach out to me directly is, let me bring somebody else on the call.
Wow.
That way they've got the most up-to-date subject matter expert to answer their question.
Huge. I mean, I've called Florida Realtors legal hotline many times before, their tech hotline, and they're very, very helpful, and they will navigate us through the situation, Margy, so I want to also share something with all of our viewers. Hey David, hi Debbie, thank you guys so much for watching us on Facebook Live. Hey, give us those hearts, likes, comment below, share this video. CEO of Florida Realtors, Margy Grant here with me. Margy, what we're noticing now in the market is a lot of things are changing, right? We're seeing a lot of new real estate agents get in the business. let's talk about that. What trends are you seeing that as new licensees get in our business, we want them to thrive, we want them to be successful, we offer them training, but many times the sales business is not just 1, 2, 3, right? There's a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work, a lot of time that has to go in. What would you say to a new real estate agent, let's say who got in the business less than a year ago, or someone who's thinking about getting back in the business? What advice would you give them to thrive, to go out there and put 100% in?
Well, first, I'll tell you what hasn't changed. And what hasn't changed is the need for the personal connection when purchasing real estate. Is when you are making, especially on the residential side, the largest financial investment of your life, it is essential that you have a knowledgeable professional realtor by your side to get you through that process. And that will never change. The personal connection that people need in those situations is almost irreplaceable.
Huge.
And for the ones who are just getting in the business, the best advice I can give you, reach out to the leaders in your community. Reach out to the Eric Sains, to the Barry Grooms, to the Christine Hansons.
Definitely.
Look to them for their experience and their knowledge. I will tell you that in working with them, they are so unbelievably welcoming with their time. Look to them for advice because they can get you there.
Definitely. One thing I want to share with you, we were talking about the tech hotline and legal. Whenever I have reached out to Florida Realtors or even emailed Margy Grant, instantly I get a response back from Margy and a reply back. That's amazing. I don't know how you do it. I was speaking to one of your colleagues, Margy, and this is what they said. Margy is a delight to work with. She's dynamic. Margy is a superhero. And I asked myself, how does she do it? Your team is saying that about you. A lot of agents, they get in the business and they don't realize what it takes to be a successful top producer. You have to hunt, you have to prospect, and not everyone's going to buy with you, and not everyone's going to sell with you. What advice can you give them not to quit? To put 100% in.
In all seriousness, get involved in your local realtor organization if you haven't already. Get involved in the state association. I will tell you that when you have the ability to network with your colleagues and you have an ability to give back to your industry and see what your industry is willing to do for you, it's a whole new experience. And the realtors are the superheroes in my world. Wow. And my management teams. There is nobody on the Florida Realtors management team that does not believe in the mission of the organization.
Wow, absolutely. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. Just a few more questions, and Margy's got to get going to another meeting. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment below. Margy, tell us about a mistake in the past that you possibly have done. How did you deal with it? What'd you learn from the experience? Things don't go always your way or the way we want. How do you handle a situation like that?
You got to understand that every one of us, no matter what our level of experience, we are all learning and we're all growing. And when things don't go the way you thought they were going to go, you've got to pick up, try a little bit harder, but also reassess. Take the institutional knowledge and apply it to the future. To look that you're learning from past experiences rather than running from them.
Very good. So face it.
Absolutely. Make it honestly, let it put you a little bit higher.
Let it put you a little higher. I love that. Margy, where do you see yourself and the Florida Realtors Association in the next 5 years, Margy?
I see myself right here, probably at the Florida Realtors
right
Convention.
Next to me, I
Never
hope.
know, right? I see Florida Realtors continuing to make great strides in advocacy. I am hoping that by then we will have a firm plan for water quality in this state.
Definitely.
And I hope that realtors everywhere are still making a successful living and we are providing the best possible products, tools, and services for all of you.
Wow, you heard it. You heard what Margy just said. Just a couple more questions, and she's got to run. No, absolutely. Yeah. Last but not least, Margy, what's your definition of success, Margy?
My definition of success is knowing that you've done a really good job. You gave everything you had into what you were working on, but more importantly, believing in what you do.
Wow. Transparency, communication, commitment, believing in what you do. I don't know how Margy does it, But she's truly an inspiration. She's a leader. She's our CEO of Florida Realtors. 187,000 members. A lot to learn from her. Margy, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for everything that you do every day for us. Being a Florida Realtor of 20 years, what you guys do for us, it's unbelievable. Thank you again so much. And thank you for your time. Guys, say goodbye to Margy Grant and thank her again for spending some time with us. If you have any questions, comment below. Talk to you later. Bye.